Hare Krishna. We continue reading from teachings of Queen Kunti. We are reading the prayer number 24, Cutting Off the Ties of Affection, which is in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 41. O Lord of the Universe, Soul of the Universe, O Personality of the Form of the Universe, please therefore sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Rishnis. So we have been reading the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and we will continue to read. Now, Kunti was not an ordinary devotee. She had become one of the relatives of Krishna, and therefore Krishna had come to offer her respects. But still she said, Krishna, I have become attached to two families, my father's family and my husband's family. Kindly help me become detached from these families. Thus she illustrated that one must become detached from society, friendship, and love, all of which will otherwise entangle us. As long as I think I belong to this family, I belong to this nation, I belong to this religion, I belong to this color, and so on, there is no possibility of becoming Krishna conscious. As long as one thinks that one is American, Indian, or African, and belongs to this family or that family, or that one is the father, mother, husband, or wife of this or that person, one is attached to material designations. I am spirit soul, and all these attachments belong to the body, but I am not this body. This is the essence of understanding. If I'm not this body, then whose father or whose mother am I? The Supreme Father and Mother is Krishna. We are simply playing the parts of father, mother, sister, or brother as if on stage. Maya, the material nature, is causing us to dance, telling us, you're a member of this family and a member of this nation. Thus, we are dancing like monkeys. So we think I'm born in this country, so I'm this nationality, and then I belong to this family, I have this last name, and then I have my family, I have my husband or a wife, or I have children, or I have parents. So like that, we are thinking. But in reality, we are the spirit soul. We are none of these things. It's like we go to see, it's like an actor. An actor is there on stage, and on stage, he's actually a young man. He's a young man, but on stage, he has to play the role of a very, very old man. And he becomes so involved in his role that he forgets that he's a young man and that he has a young wife at home. Now he's become so much into the role, thinking he's this old man. He's forgotten everything. He's forgotten his wife at home. He's forgotten himself. And now he's just thinking, I'm the old man. So this is what we are doing. We have forgotten our real position, our true identity. And we are playing these roles, and we have become so attached to the roles that we are completely aloof from our real identity. So this is Maya's illusion. This is what Maya does. She makes us forget who we truly are. What is my eternal position? Maya makes us forget that. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 27, it is stated, Prakrite kriyamanani gune karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartaha iti manyate. This verse indicates that because the living entity has associated with a certain quality of nature, nature is making him dance according to that quality. And thus one is thinking, I am this or I am that. This information is provided in Bhagavad Gita, is the basic principle of understanding, and it will give one freedom. So we are thinking we are free. I am independent. I have no one to care about. I can do whatever I like, whenever I like. I can speak whatever I want to whoever I want. And we think that that is freedom. No, real freedom is when we can be free from the modes of nature, when we can be free from the clutches of Maya. And so Bhagavad Gita is telling us that right now you are just thinking I'm this or I'm that, but why you're thinking? Krishna is saying this to Arjuna. Krishna is saying that you are thinking I'm this or I'm that, but it's just the modes of nature. It's the modes of nature, that's all, combined with the false ego. We are hearing in Srimad Bhagavatam that how the combination of false ego in the mode of goodness created the mind, then the false ego with the mode of passion created the intelligence and the senses, and then the false ego in the mode of ignorance is creating the sense objects, the earth, water, air, fire, ether, you know, that's all. And that's what the body is made up of. And we are thinking this. We are thinking, I am this. We are thinking, I am this body. And so we are thinking, I'm this. Actually, it is just modes of nature with the false ego. It's not the soul. So the most essential education is that which enables us to, one, to become free from the bodily concept of life. But unfortunately, scientists, philosophers, politicians, and other so-called leaders are misleading people so that they become more attached to the body. It is the human life that offers the opportunity to become Krishna conscious. But these rascals are stopping that opportunity by alluring people to bodily designations, and therefore they are the greatest enemies of human civilization. So the real education, the real knowledge is what? To understand, I'm not this body. I'm eternal servant of God. I'm eternal part and parcel of God. That is true knowledge. But right now, we are not receiving this knowledge. And all the leaders in society are, in fact, working in such a way so that we forget this knowledge more and more, so that we become more and more entangled in thinking, I'm the body, and I need to work in this way, and these are my desires, and I should fulfill these desires. So, in fact, the current atmosphere is um, putting us more in ignorance instead of helping us revive our knowledge. One attains the human body after evolving through 8,400,000 life forms, from aquatics to plants, and then to trees, insects, birds, beasts, and so on. So there are 8,400,000 species of life. We may think, oh, really? Are there that many? Well, we are including all the planets within the universe, within all the universes. They are different species. Aquatics, plants, then there's trees, there's insects, there's birds, there's beasts. 8,400,000 species. Now, people do not know what is the next step in evolution, but that is explained in Bhagavad Gita 9.25. Yanti Deva Vrata Devan. As the next step in evolution, one may, if one desires, go to a higher planetary system. Although every night people see so many planets and stars, they do not know what these higher planetary systems are. But from the Shastra, the Vedic literature, we can understand that on these higher planetary systems, material comforts are available that are many, many times greater than on this planet. So there are so many higher planets, heavenly planets. People say they want to go to Swargalok, want to go to heaven. Why? Because they know that in the heavenly planets, one can enjoy more. There's more comforts there. There's more luxuries than this earth planet. So that's why everyone wants to go to the heavenly planet. On this planet,
again.
we may live. I'm
Your
sorry,
voice
you're
just,
not able to. Oh,
yeah,
really?
just for seconds, yeah, it froze again. Like your voice went away and your picture also froze.
Oh, really? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the internet is it back? Is it back?
I hear you now. Yeah.
Now, okay, thank you. So then on this planet, we may live for at most 100 years. But
Yeah,
on the
was
higher
saying
planetary,
and for 4 million thing that disappeared. What was that? The
so, okay,
species.
so, yeah, there's 8,400,000 species. There's not only that human beings are living entities, animals are living entities also. So the animals also have soul. So birds also have soul. Trees also have soul. Plants also have soul. Fish, different types of fish also have soul. So all these total have 8,400,000 species. Insects, beasts, 8,400,000 species. So what is the next step in evolution? Bhagavad Gita is telling us. What Bhagavad Gita is saying, that if you go to higher planets, of course, the material comforts are higher there. There's more enjoyment in the heavenly planets than on this earth planet. Also, in this earth planet, we can live at most for 100 years. But on higher planet, we can live for much longer time. Like our 6 months is 1 day of the demigods. So we can see if we are living for 100 years, then how much, according to the earthly calculation it is. Or Lord Brahma, his 12 hours is our 4 yugas. We have Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kal Yug. All these 1,000 times is only 12 hours of Brahma. So we can see that on the higher planets, the living entities, they live for amazing long time in that same body. They can be for long, long time. It's difficult for us even to calculate. For example, the lifetime of Brahma, who lives on the highest planet, is stated in Bhagavad Gita 8.17. Sahasra Yuga Prayantam Aharyat Brahmano Viduhu. We cannot calculate even 12 hours of Brahma with our mathematical figures, but even Brahma has to die. So even though there's much more comfort in the heavenly planets, even though the demigods are living for much, much longer than we are able to live, they're still going to die. They still have to give up the body. Even though one may have a long duration of life, no one can live permanently in this material world. Nonetheless, if one prepares oneself, one may go to the higher planetary systems, or similarly, one may go to the Pitralokas. There, one may meet one's forefathers, if they have been eligible to go there. Similarly, if one desires, one may also remain here on earth, or yanti mad yajino apimam. If one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one can go to him. So Krishna is teaching us that based on our desire, our next destination is there, based on our desire, and of course our karma. But in this verse, he's saying, whatever we worship, we will go to that planet after we give up this body. If we worship the Pitras, the ancestors, we will go to the planet of the ancestors, and we can meet them also if they are qualified to go there. Not necessarily all the ancestors go to the Pitra Lok. No, they have to be qualified to go to that planet. Then if we want to go to the heavenly planets, then if we desire that and we have enough karma for it, we can go. If we worship the ghosts and spirits, we are going to take birth in the planet of ghosts and spirits. And Krishna says, if we worship Krishna, if we become a devotee of Krishna, then we will go to him. This is the science of the evolution. It's based on our desire. This based on our desire and our karma, both. Not that I desire, but then I don't work for it. Then Krishna will say, hey, what are you doing? So we'll stop here for today. This is still a little longer. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you so much for listening in and joining in.
Thank you,
Kunti
Hare
Maharani
Krishna.
ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.